In the 1991 fire, we not only lost our home, but Peter's mother died in the fire. She lived with us, and she was an invalid who didn't get rescued in the chaos that made up what the fire was. We came up to the lot, looked through the ashes to try to find something ourselves, and finally had given up on even that when our two daughters came, and our older daughter kind of stumbled across the remains of what was obviously Grandy. We didn't really ever talk about that. We didn't ever talk about the fact that she had found Grandy's remains, what that impact was. I know that it definitely had some severe impact in the fact that she was diagnosed with severe post-traumatic stress when she was in college.
It's still hard. I don't think people understand that it never really goes away. So...
Finally, when she was 31, she took her own life, and she actually took her life in the exact location where we had found Grandy's remains. So, all that, was the fire the only thing that created her despair and depression? I don't know. I don't think so. I think there were other issues, but it certainly contributed. As I walked down the stairs to the lower deck, I noticed something under the deck, and I thought for a minute it was by this time it was dusk, so I was thinking that it was like an umbrella or something stored there, and then I realized it was her, and she had hung herself under the eaves of the deck. So, I did what everybody does. I screamed and held her and tried to get somebody to come down, and Peter started saying, "Where are you? Where are you?" And the neighbors could hear me, and they said, "What's wrong?" And I yelled for them to call 911, and Peter came down, and I went upstairs and got a knife and cut her down. I feel robbed. I feel like the fire took so much. It took pretty much everything. And do I blame the fire for Ginny's death? I'm not naive enough to think that was the only thing, but yeah, I think it was a huge, huge part of it.
The fire made me more resilient. It taught me how to be a survivor, how to get through those kinds of bad times. So when my sister died, it was extremely hard, and yet I knew that I could survive it. You have to let yourself crumble in order to pick yourself back up. You can't pick yourself back up if you haven't yet broken.
October is really hard. It's a really hard month because not only was it the fire, but it also is the anniversary of Jenny's death. It doesn't go away. I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget the fire. I don't want to forget Grandy. I don't want to forget Ginny.
They're both unbelievable experiences, off the charts. This can't happen to us.
I will never forget about her. I will never forget about the fire. And I hope that other people don't either.